Welcome to Real Life Talk. Let me introduce myself. My name is Blessing. Welcome to another episode with me on Real Life Talk with Blessing. Instablog posted something about a young boy of about 12, 13 years old who was killed all because he didn't join cultism. It is sad, very sad. When I saw it, I was just thinking in my head, who are these kind of kids? What mind did these children have to do something like this? What kind of family, what kind of house did they come from? That children who are most likely in junior secondary beat up their fellow student just because the child said, I don't want to be in cult. When I say parents, know your child, I know what I'm talking about. When I say parents, know your child. A lot of parents don't know the children they live with. A lot of parents don't know the kind of family they are building. They think it's all about going out to hustle, make money. Who are you bringing up? Who is that child you have living with you? Imagine the pain. I was telling my friend when we're talking, I said the parents of that child need an explanation. They deserve an explanation. A child wasn't sick. This child didn't have malaria. This child didn't have COVID. The parents sent this child to a very expensive school where they pay like ₦1 million, and you call the father or the mother to come and pick their child that was beaten because the child didn't accept being in court, in school, in your school premises. Father, mother, do you know your child? Do you know what your child is capable of doing? Are you very sure you know your child? If they call you and say your child did this, can you stand for that child? Because you know them. This is a call for a lot of parents. You need to take some steps back. Try reunite with your child, get to know that child really, really well. So you don't end up being a mother or a father of a cultist, a brutal cultist, a killer, an armed robber. When I saw my friend say, oh, you are so angry, I said, yes, I am angry. I'm so angry because these are children. Why would they do this? Why would kids who 12 years be thinking of cultism? Where did they learn it from? Where did they see these things from? My friend said, Blessing, the truth is, every mother, every father really need to do a lot of prayer for their children. You see, when your child leaves the house, you don't know who that child is going to meet. Your child is going to meet another child who came from a home where there's so much domestic violence, where their father or their mother are verbally abusive. Your child is going to meet someone out there who the father is probably gay or bisexual. You don't know who your child is going to meet. Are you talking to your child? Are you finding out who their friends are? Or you are just too busy hustling? Hello? This is a huge wake-up call. A child was killed by his fellow classmates who he probably called friends at one time. Beat him. The beating led to his death. And the boy was able to call the names of the students who did this to him. Daddy, I don't want to be in court. They beat me up. Where was the teacher? Parents, this is a wake-up call. Know your child. Parents, this is a wake-up call for you. Schools, you need to sit up. A lot of schools are just concerned about their fees, about academics. There are other things more than that. Is the environment good for every child? Is your school really safe for a child? Can their parents send them out of their homes to your school and be very sure the life of that child will come back intact? No, this is so sad. I can't imagine it. I cannot imagine it. I can't. That a child went to school and died because he was beaten by his fellow classmate or his fellow schoolmate because he said, no, I don't want to be in court. What is the world turning into? Hello, mother. Hello, father. What kind of adult are you bringing up? Parents, watch out for your children. Watch out for your kids. Build a relationship with your child. Know your child. Talk to them like friends, not you being a parent. A lot of children are hiding deep shits from their family, from their parents. A lot of their parents don't even know them. Daddy, I want this, they give. Daddy, I want that, they give. Mommy, I want this, they give. You don't know who they are. The news is right there on Instablog. Really, really sad. It's so sad to lose a child like that. So sad. So the thing is, I am going to talk about bullying and children on this program, on this podcast. Why? Because a lot of children are bullies because they are being raised by bullies. Yes, a lot of Nigerian parents are bullies to their kids. Why? Because they were bullied too as children. So the cycle keeps going on and on and on. A parent who is a bully, a father or a mother who is a bully, what do you think they will impact into the life of their children? You see, a lot of parents send their children to boarding school because they feel the children are out of control. They send the child to boarding school. The child will meet other children who are like him. Before you know, that is how a gang is started. That is how they start a gang. That is how courtism starts. They'll say we reason alike, we think alike. And before you know it, out of hand. I have a problem with schools, with some schools and their rules. I don't see any reason why a school will tell the child not to say what happens in school when they get home. Because these are the things that are the problem. This boy died from beating he got from his friends, from his schoolmates. How come the school didn't notice after day 1, day 2, day 3? How come they never noticed it? Because a lot of children are not allowed to speak. They are not allowed to complain. They are not allowed. Don't do it. Please stop it. The parents spent money to bring their child to the best place because they thought it was the best place. It was the safest place for their child. And now you tell me the school cannot take care of the child, or the school cannot make sure that the child comes to school and go back home safely. I just pray that this is not one case that is swept under the carpet like the one of Daniel that happened, the Deeper Life schoolboy. This should not be allowed to continue. A lot of children are bullies, so many of them. My daughter told me something one day. Say, Mommy, please do a talk on bully. That a lot of children are bullies. They get bullied at home. They come to a place, they see other children. They want to show their own power. Because that is what a bully thinks he is. He thinks he's strong. A bully thinks, yes, I need to be in control of my environment. A school, a boarding school is not a correctional center, parents. It is not. It is only a place where you send your child to because you want your child to learn independence, to learn how to live by themselves. That is why there's a boarding school. Not because you cannot control your child at home, you want to send them to a boarding school to give someone else the problem. Train your child. Teach your child. Be an example, a good example for your child. Don't send them to school to start forming gangs, to start ganging up with other children to form a cult, and that is where the problem starts. A lot of parents are not in control of their kids. They are not. I say it boldly. A woman cried to me one day, "Oh, madam, I don't know what to do. My child is missing." The child is not missing. After 5 days, they found the child in a hotel with a girl. He was 16. He was 16. A lot of them like that. A lot of parents are not in control of their children. They've lost touch. And they send them to boarding school thinking the school will help them discipline the child. Parent, you do your work. Discipline your child. Discipline is not all about beating. That is where we lost it. By God's grace, I'm going to do a lot of teaching here on parenting skills. A lot of things you need to know as a parent. I'm going to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about bullying. Because this might look like a joke, but you see, children are growing faster than we think. If you have a child who doesn't open up to you, you already have a problem. Yes, there are people who were created to be quiet. But for a parent, you should have it as a right that your child comes to you at every time they hit the wall. And if you dig deep down, you'll find out that this wasn't something that started in a day and, they beat him up. No, it must have been happening. It's not one day you used to tell a person to come and join God. They've been doing it. I was on Twitter and now, they have spaces where they talk and everything. And 3 people shared their experiences. One said he went to Rainbow School. Another one talked about another school. These are big schools. And they shared their experience. One even talked about how a group of students ganged up and started collecting her food so that she would not eat when they serve in the dining. Bullying is very important. We're going to talk about it. Parents, I want you to start the work from your home. The school is not a correctional center. The boarding school is not. Please. It's so sad to see things like this happen because we're trying to build a better future. We're trying to build a better life for our kids. That is what we're planning to do. That is our dream. That is our desire. A school where you pay over ₦1 million and this kind of incident happened. I have to say something. A lot of children are fighting tougher battles in silence. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I saw the faces of the young boys. My heart bled. These are one of the reasons why some people will say, never, my child can never go to a boarding school. These are the reasons why some parents will say, no, never, 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 my child cannot be in a boarding school. My goodness, this is so sad. Stay with me on Real Life Talk with Blessing. Next week, I'm going to talk about bullying and parenting on this podcast. Please do stay tuned. I'll talk to you again. Have a nice day and welcome to a beautiful month of December.